Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at the Vaal. At Greyville today, we had a train smash. The results were I don't even know what to say. The results were so bad, but horses paying 39 rand a win and that type of thing. So form reversals like you can't believe. But anyway, look, we box on. We've got the postman tipping out at the Vaal. And I'm going to hand you over to the postman to take you through his analysis.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. No matter where in the world you guys are, racing comes to us on Thursday, the 3rd of November, from the Vaal Classic Track. There are 8 races carded, and guys, the first is due off at 12:15. Before we get on to the selections, Tuesday, when I spoke to you guys, I still said I didn't like the card. However, when we looked at some of those results, one is left dumbfounded. We went and watched reruns again, and I don't understand. I have not seen results like that in absolute years. Some of the horses jumping clear and staying on. Wow. But life goes on. I hope we didn't get too involved there. And let's see what Thursday brings. As I said, guys, there are 8 races carded. The first race is a maiden plate over 1,450 meters. And as I said, we are on the Vaal Classic Track. In the first race, guys, our first selection here is horse number 7, Run for Cover. This is Ryan Munger for the Fortune Yard. Last summer it was the first run after a little bit of a rest. Jumped out, sat handy, got caught very, very late, and finished second, half a length behind the winner. This horse is very, very short, I think around about 7 to 10. I certainly wouldn't have a go at 7 to 10. I'm not saying it can't win. I think it's the right horse in the race. But even in our bypass, I'm certainly not going to banker it. I'm looking for something to beat it. For second, I have gone for horse 10. This is Sky Velocity. King in the Miller for Johan Janssen van Vuren. We go back and look at this one. Has some average form. Has had 4 runs. Finishing 6 lengths to Kalahari Blue. 4 lengths to Madame Vicky. Just under 5 lengths to Tried and True. No, those are not bad horses. Am I looking for an improved effort? Yes, I am, and I'm going to include the 10 in our bypots as well. For third, guys, I've gone for 11. This is Raining Rubies. Simanga Kamala gets a ride here for the Johan Janssen van der Westhuizen yard. This has had 1 run with Wes Mowing aboard, finished 4th, 3 lengths behind Queen of Smoke. Went off at a big price. But again, with Simanga aboard, we're certainly looking for an improved effort and maybe good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. For 4th, I'm going for the 5. This is Bright Blue Sky. Diego de Gavea gets a ride here for the Mike and Adam Azzy. Has had 1 run over 1,400 meters at Turfentine. Has been rested 16 weeks. Simanga Kamala gets off. As I said, Diego gets aboard. Drawn wide at 8. But again, in this field, certainly worth backing up trifectas and quartets. I think our bar pot, I think 7 and 10 will get us through. For smaller punters, if you want to take a chance and bank it is 7, give it a go. Out first leg. So race 1, 7, 10, 11, 5. The second race on the card, this is due for 12:45, graduation plate over 1,000 meters. Guys, when we went through this one, we went and saw that horse number 2, Constable, that ran second the other day. I don't know if it is going to run at this stage in time. It is still in the race. But there's nothing worse than having a banker and the darn thing gets scratched. So what I have done, my first selection would be horse number 3, Karangatang. Again, Keegan de Miller for Johan Janssen van Vuren. Last time out, third behind Faraway Winter. Jump sat handy and was outrun very, very late. Again, I think that this is well weighted. I think this is a decent sort and should be there and thereabouts. For second, guys, have gone for the 2. This is Constable. If Constable takes his place, definite inclusion. Nicely drawn here at 1. And as I said, if it takes its place, must be included. For third, I've gone for the 1. This is Dice. Samanga for Lucky Hodolakis, coming back from a long layoff. Guys, if number 2 is scratched, please throw the 1 in your buy pots. So if 2 scratched, take 3 and 1. I certainly think that even after a long rest, this is a decent sort and should not be left out of anything. For fourth, guys, we've gone for the 5. This is Drop of Time. Gavin Arena for Johan Janssen van Vuren. Fair last 2 efforts. Last time out finishing 4 out of 4. 6.5 lengths behind Good Counsel. But again, this feels good enough for back ends of trifectas and quartets. So we've gone 3, 2, 1, 5. If 2 gets scratched, please, guys, as I said, throw 1 in your buy pots. Move on to the third race on the card. And the third race is due off at 13:10, merit rated 68 handicap over 1600 meters. And in this event, my first selection here is horse number 3, Eye of the Prophet. Rachel Venica retains the ride here for the Matchet Yard. This one's maiden last time out. I don't normally like to have a go at horses that won their maiden, but when we go and see who it's run against, under 3 lengths behind Captain Casey, over 1200 meters. 1400 meters, 8 lengths to Captain Casey. Ran 5 lengths to Golden Prophet, 2 lengths to Shoemaker, 3.5 lengths to Union Square. Honestly, guys, if this one gets to 1600 meters, I think will be very, very hard to beat and is my narrow first selection. For second, we've gone for the obvious choice here. This is horse number 2, San Quintin. Second run after rest, Ryan Munger for the Fortune Yard. Nicely drawn at 5. I think this will jump, will sit handy, and again, should be there and thereabouts. For third, guys, we've gone for horse number 6, and this is absolute value. Muzieni for Fabian Habib. Last time out, put a line through that one with Calvin aboard. Jockey felt something amiss, stopped riding. Time before that, over this course and distance, finished second, just over 1.5 lengths behind Legislate's Dance. Muzieni was aboard. He's back aboard here. 56 kilos, nicely drawn at 1, definite chance. For fourth, I've gone for horse number 9. A little bit of a roughie here. This is Lutuli, Caden Brewer for Fabian Habib. Caden rode this one last time out, was not disgraced, under 5 lengths behind Aravidicio. Was bumped on that occasion, has a nice handy galloping mass, and if you take in pick 6s, the larger perms, throw in the 9 as well. So race 3, guys, 3, 2, 6, and 9. We move on to the fourth race on the card, and in this event, we find the first of my value bets. And the fourth race is due off, let me turn over there, at 13:55. This is a merit rated 86 handicap over 1600 meters. And in this event, my first selection here is horse number 8, Kentellen Bay. Marco van Rensbeek for Cornet Spiz. This one has won its last 2 runs. Last time I jumped, set the pace to clear really, really easily. I think this horse is going under the radar. I don't believe the handicapper has caught up with this one as yet. And again, I think round about 5, 6 to 1, I think this is great value. For second, we have gone for horse number 2, Duke of Sussex. Samanga Kamala for Hudalakis. Loves this course, has had 5 runs, 4 wins and a second. Course and distance, 2 wins out of 2 runs. Really, really decent sorted. This course cannot be left out of anything. For third, we've gone for the 6. This is Forward Spell. Calvin Abib for the Van Zyl yard. This one is having its first run back at the or in the province. Was not disgraced last time out, finishing 2.5 lengths behind Banner Bridge over 2,000 meters. Is reverting back to the 1600. And I think the 16 will be all right. I don't think it'll catch this one out. This one tends to sit a little handy. For larger perms, I'll certainly include the 6 Forward Spell. For fourth, gone for a real roughie here. This is horse number 10, and this is Montmorency. Ryan Munger for Billy Raters. 1 is made and 2 runs back. Last time out in the wet, finished 6 lengths behind Dancing Dora. I do think that this one is a little better than its form is showing us. Again, when we go and look at Ryan Munger for the Raters yard, 11 rides, 1 win, 5 seconds, and 2/3, a 73% strike rate to run a drum. And again, to finish fourth, absolutely can certainly finish third and fourth. For larger perms, throw this one in all exotics. So race 4, 8, 2, 6, and 10. And I do think that 8 is very, very nice value. We'll move on to the 5th race on the card, guys. And this is Joff at 14:30, a mid-rated 86 handicap for the girls, to be run over 2,000 meters. And in this event, my narrow first selection is 4, Code 0, Caden Brewer for Paulie Matchett. Caden rode this one last night, finishing second to Gilded Butterfly. Gilded Butterfly is a little above average, and I do think that this one will go really, really close. For second, guys, I've thrown in horse number 6, Tabby Cat. Jager de Gavea gets a ride here for the Mark and Adam Azzi yard. Last time out, second behind Magical Flight. A time before that again, second behind Fashionada. Diego rides well for the yard. Nice galloping mass of 53.5. And again, if this one sees out the 2,000 meters, should go really, really close. For third, I've thrown in a horse number 9, Linger No More. Marco van Rensburg for the Spice yard. Marco has ridden this the last 6 or 7 rides, finishing second last time out behind Pascal Samore. This one should jump, should sit handy. If the track is running quick, which it normally is, definite inclusion in all exotics. For fourth, we've gone for the 5. This is Franklin. Cabello Mazziani getting the ride here for Erica Verdenese. This one finished second behind Greek Miss. We know that has come out and won again. And again, I do think that this is a worthy inclusion in all exotics. Race 5, we've gone 4, 6, 9, and 5, and put all of them in. The 5th race, put in as many as the budget would allow. I think it's quite a tricky event. We'll move on to the 6th race on the card. And this event is due off at 15:05, merit rating 66 handicap for the girls, again over 2,000 meters. And in the 6th race, my first selection here is horse number 5, Crusade to Royalty. Cabello Mazziani for Roy Bagner. Cabello rode this one last time out, finishing second behind Flying First Class. I think that this one should be running on when others have cried enough. I know it's drawn wide. I think Cabello will jump, sit this one at the back, and try and come with a late rattle. Must be included. Second, another roughie, gone for the 8. This is Pretty in Pearls. Again, Caden Brewer for the Matchett yard. Finished 4 lengths behind Pascal Samore last time out. Was staying on over 1,800. And I think that 2,000 would suit. Include For third, another roughie, gone for the horse 10. This is Winning Queen, JP van der Merwe for Erica Verdenese. Has the last 3 efforts have been fair. I think this will jump. I think we'll sit out there with JP aboard. Can go close. For fourth, gone for the 9, Fantasy Flowers. Manga Kamala for the Huda Larkus Yard. Fourth last time out, over 1,600 meters, tries at 2,000. And again, throw this one in. Guys, this is a field race. So if you take in exotics, put in as many as the budget would allow here. Really, really, really tough event. And we've gone 5, 8, 10, and 9. We move on to the 7th race on the card. And the 7th race is due off at 15:40. A merit rated 71 handicap for the girls over 1,200 meters. And here we've gone for the obvious choice. This is horse number 3, Queen of Smoke. Randall Simons for the pedigree yard. When you look through this field, besides the favorite, I honestly have no idea who else to put. I'm not going to banker the darn thing, but it has to be included. Again, won a maiden last time out, could be anything. Throw in the 3. For second, I've gone for horse number 1, and this is Gin and Tonic. Rachel Vinegar gets around here for the bowing yard. Reverts back to the 1,200. I think it's a lot better than the last run, and again, can certainly make the favorite pick up its feet. For third, gone for horse number 10, Meet the Captain. Again, we got JP van der Merwe for the Moffat yard. Has some average form, bigger perms. Throw this one in. For third, guys, we've gone for horse number 2, Lolo Pelosa. Samanga Kamara for the Fisser yard. Has been rested for 12 weeks. And again, in a weak field, this could certainly fill in one of the minor spots. Smaller punters, take a chance, banker the 3. Larger punters, I certainly would throw in 1, 3, and 10. And hopefully we can get through with that. We'll move on to the lucky last. And the lucky last, guys, is due off at 16:15, mid-rated 8 handicap over 1,000 meters. And in this event, my first selection here is horse number 2, Tokonaut, Gav Arena for the Magna yard. I think that this is really, really good value, round about 5, 5.5 to 1. Wow, yeah, climb in there. I know it's a second run after rest, but I don't think that this one can get beat. I think it's really, really decent. Filly, this one, I think it's a lot fitter, not filly, Colt, I think it's a lot fitter than it is, or than it was last time out. And I think that, as I said, 5, 5.5 to 1, have a small touch there. For second, gone for the 7, Power Broker. Samanga Kamala for the Buertas Forster yard. Last time out in a minor feature. Put a line through that, was bumped, finished the race off to stress. The time before that, excuse me, won well. If I'm having a bet here, I'm punting the 2, but I'm taking the exactas with the 7. For third, I've gone for horse number 6. This is Existentialist. This is Rachel Vinegar for the Habib yard. First time out, good run behind Mercantor. Last time out, won really, really well by over 7 lengths. Has been rested. Rachel retains the ride. Must be an inclusion in larger perms. For fourth, gone for the 3, Double Magic. Muzieni for Corey Lensley. Again, has some fair form. Is coming back from a 19-week rest. If fit, back in of trifectas and quartets. As I said, guys, I think 2 is a decent bet. And I certainly think the results will be more favorable than they were on Tuesday. As I said, some of the results were impossible if they had to rerun the race. I certainly will be caught out again. I don't know how they found some of those horses. But let's not cry. Let's continue. Guys, look after yourself. Please take care. And Stevie, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, the postman. I see you've tipped to 8 race program, your normal bar pot PA, your jackpot 1, your jackpot 2, and your best bet, race 8, number 2, Takonaut at 33 to 10, and your value bet, race 4, number 8, Kentalan Bay at 5 to 1. Please, Lord, let them arrive for the punters, and let's make some nice tidy profit. Guys, all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.